Are we ready? All right, so we are going to work on this double layout. So for those of you that don't want to do don't do layouts, then you can just watch or go on to something else, because I know there's a few of you that don't do layouts. So we're going to do this one right now. It's called our hive. So we're going to take the two sheets that I got you to put aside. They're called Tweet Tweet. So it's the wood grain. We're going to cut off that 1/2 inch tab. All right, and then you're going to take the sheet that's called Your Keeper, and we're going to use the back side of it. So we're going to cut off that 1/2 inch tab, and we're going to cut 6 pieces at 4 by 4. And those are going to be your photo mats. So 6 at 4 by 4. All right, so we got 6 of the photo mats in 4 by 4. Now we're going to place our first photo mat. One and a half inches from the top of your page. So about there. Oops, so it's stuck to my paper. And approximately 1 inch from the edge of your paper. So you can mark it if you like. And so what I do is I place that first one, and then I go from there, I measure out the other ones. So we're going to go 1 1/2 from the top, 1 inch from the side. That will be our first. Then we're going to take our, whoops, sorry, our second photo mat. And it is going to be 1 inch from the top one and 1 inch from the edge. Then again, 1 inch apart. And center of the other 2 mats, place that one. And to the second page. At 1 1/2 inches from the top. 1 inch from the side. One inch from the top one. 1 inch from the two on the side and kind of center that one between the two. So there we have our 6 photo mats for our layout. Then we'll take our 3x4 and 4x6 element sheet. It's called You're a Keeper, and we are going to cut out these cards. We're going to be using this You're a Keeper on your layout, and I see already I made a mistake. Sorry, ladies. This one was supposed to be a little bit higher. I hope you didn't use Soup Wang because then we're stuck. That's what happens when we do this together, because I don't necessarily go according to the other one. So yes, this one was supposed to be a little slightly higher because this is supposed to fit in here. A while since I did this. I've forgotten. All right, now I believe all the rest of the elements are from either the sticker sheet or the ephemera pack. So what I used out of here is our hive. So we're just gonna take those off. All right, so starting at the top, approximately about 1.5 inches from the edge and about 3/4 of an inch from the top. We're going to put our O. The U is actually quite a bit bigger, so he'll just stick up a little bit. That's okay. And then the R. Get my H there. And then approximately 1/2 inch from, or 3/4 of an inch from your photo mat. We'll add that H. We'll line them up. All right, so it says Our Hive there. And now the Our Happy Family sticker, I pop dotted that in the center here. So we're just going to take some pop dots and do that. Take this smaller birdhouse and we'll pop that right in here. We'll take the 3 birdhouses, Place your pop dots so that when you put your photos in there, that they're not going to be in the way. So don't necessarily put a lot of pop dots on there. So just want to make sure that we can still get our photo mats, our photos in here. All right, and then I used the ephemera pieces. So I used Home is Where My Honey Bee. I used the You're My Sugar Pie Honey Bunch and Kind Words Are Like Honey. So with this one, because it's not the same as these two, I just cut into it to make it look like a flag on this end as well. Just so that they would all go together. All right, so we're going to pop dot these little flags of cute little sentiments. The Home is Where My Honey Bee will go on first. These layouts are pretty simple, so we should get through them rather quickly. And then the last one, Kind Words Are Like Honey. And we'll stick that. We'll open that second one. All right, then we're going to take from our sticker sheet, this first little gnome, it's carrying the little honey pot. And we're going to place him right over that black flag part right in there. So we're just going to give him some pop dots. And we're going to place him approximately there. Then we're going to take our second little gnome. It's this little guy where he's got a bee flying around his hat. And then we're going to place him. His arm's going to be tucked just behind this little guy a little bit, and his hat is going to cover those two flags. Oops, I guess I need to take the sticky part off first. Or the tag. There we go. Stick them right in there. Hopefully I'm still on the page. So I need to get a pop dot in here. Oh, all right. Now this little guy with the shovel. I didn't use the shovel part, so we're just going to cut that shovel off. You can leave a little white border around. And I'm going to actually cut his arm off because we're not going to see his arm. Sorry, little guy, but we're cutting your arm off. If you want to hang on to the shovel, you can, because you might want to use it in something else. All right, so we've got a one-armed gnome. Woohoo! All right, so our one-armed gnome, he's just gonna get tucked in behind this second guy. just like so. We've got our little family there. All right, so that is our first page. So these areas here is where your photos are going to be. So you are done the first page of our hive. And now we'll work on the second one. All right, so we're going to take the 4x6 You're a Keeper card, and we are going to place it in here. And I popped out it as well. I use black pop dots, but you can use white ones too. It doesn't matter, you won't see them. This is about 3/4 of an inch from the bottom. I'm going to place that card in there. And then from our sticker sheet, we're going to take our first bee. We'll use this guy right here, carrying the little honey pot. Now I'm just going to stick a pop dot just on his head there, just a little part of his head there, because he's going to actually kind of go off the page here a little bit, or not off the page, but off the little 4x6 card. So just like that in there. Then we're going to take our first little honeycomb piece, and it's going to get tucked in here. So we're just going to, I'm actually going to cut one of the small dots in half, because we're only going to put part of it on the page and part of it's going to be on the card. So we're just going to have pop dots just on the ends there. So we're going to have it kind of sticking in the corner like that. Then we're going to do the same in this corner with this piece of honeycomb. And we'll stick it up in there. All right, so we got this little bee here. And I'm just going to put a pop dot towards the bottom of his body, because we want to be able to get a photo in behind him when it's time to put photos in here. So we're just going to pop dot him there. We're going to take this honeycomb piece, placing it here. So we'll put one pop dot there and one in this corner. All right, so this little guy is going to go up in here, but we're just going to place a pop dot by his wings, just so that we don't interfere with the photo. We'll place the photo in there. And he's going to get there. All right, now we're going to take the flowers and we're going to pop dot it in the center here. And we're just going to place pop dots in the center. Again, we don't want to, we still want to be able to put photos in here, so we don't want to make it all full of pop dots. So right in there. Going to take the smaller little flower. And we're going to place it at the top of this photo mat. All right, now we're going to take some of these little hearts on our sticker sheet. And we're going to place them going up along this photo mat on the end. Like that. Another yellow one. And then we're going to take the last one, which is the one with the flowers on it. So it's a black heart with the flowers. And we'll pop it up, dot it there. Love's going up. There we go. All right, so that is it for that page. So again, this is where you're going to be placing your photos. Very simple layout. So those are done. So now with the rest of these stickers, you can do decorating with your on your explosion boxes. I don't believe there was anything on the cards done with these. So these are, yeah, so these are left over for decorating your explosion boxes once you got your photos in them. So we're done with that. And then next we'll be doing the 3 cards. So this one I did a hexagon shape. And then just some 2 regular 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 cards. So we're going to start off with the hexagon one. And so the ones that you had to cut out ahead of time, the hexagon shapes. All right, so you will have extra hexagon shapes. I decided I wasn't going to do the hexagon shapes for photo mats. So, I mean, you can do that with the leftover papers if you like. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the piece that I have marked card and photo mat, and we're going to trace it onto our card base. So you would have had 3 card bases in your packages. So just give it a fold, and then we're going to trace this hexagon shape onto this card, and then we'll cut it out, and that will be meant for our hexagon card. So I'm tracing it on the back side of my card. You're doing it on the fold so that when you open it up, you have actual card. So this is your fold right in here. This is where it opens. This is your fold. So we're just gonna, you could make them all this shape if you wanted to. This card will actually fit inside the explosion box. So if, for those of you that want to be more creative and make a little album, you could make an album this shape and this size to fit into the explosion box. All right, so that is our hexagon shaped card. All right, now I cut up my paper. Now I don't have another piece left. There we go. Somewhere. What do you need? Nothing. I'll just use a different one, that's all. Because I went and cut it up myself before. No, I'll use this one. Okay, so I accidentally cut my sheet up before. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this as my base. So that will be my black around this hexagon shape. Which it doesn't really matter which one it is. You can even use just black cardstock if you like. So we're going to take that hexagon shape that we have marked as our card and photo mat. And we're going to trace it on the back side of your paper that you're going to use for your card. And I will cut that out. All right. This is my card. Just going to make sure we line it up to so that it all works out. This is my fold. All right, so this will be my background instead of the other one. And you can use just black cardstock as well. All right, so then we're going to take the hexagon piece that says photo. So if you are deciding to use the hexagon piece as your photo mats, this is for your photo, for laying in your photo. So you would cut your photos that shape. So we'll take that photo one and we're going to cut out the honeycomb color. So we're going to take from the back side, we're going to trace it onto here to trace this hexagon onto this piece. I remember where my fold is because we're on it. Don't want to have an upside down card. All right, we're going to put our yellow honeycomb. Place it onto our card. So, all right, and then you're going to take the die cut pieces we have in our little bags. So you should have die cut honeycomb. You should have the word happy and another bumblebee. So we're going to use some of the art glitter glue because it's got the fine tip. And we'll just add a little glue to our die cut. Make sure you know where your fold is in your card. I made it stick over a little bit onto the black. I take our little bumblebee and we'll add some pop dots to just his body. We'll pop dot him on the card. And we'll take our word happy. Again, using the art glitter glue because it's got that lovely fine tip. Add a little glue. We'll stick one to the card and then we'll go to the next. So once we are done these cards, there should be lots of paper left over, ladies. You can do more cards with. But even be a nice little gift. You filled your little explosion box with a bunch of cards and gave it away as a gift. Remove any little threads from your die cuts, because sometimes they leave little threads of paper. I'll just glue down a little happy there. So then your card should be able to stand up on that one fold there. So that is our happy card. Clean up a little bit of my mess here and let you ladies catch up. And then we will start on the next card. All right, for our next card, we're going to do the gnome is where my honeybee. So it's this card here. We're going to take, we should have some leftover sweet Poland paper. So it's the black with the yellow flowers on it. So we're going to cut this a piece 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And then we're going to take our second card base. We're going to attach that 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 piece. All right, and then from our element sheet where the 3 by 4 and 4 by 6 cards, we're going to take the 3 by 4 card that says "No one's wearing my honeybee," and we are going to pop dot it onto this card. I always love the 3 by 4 and 4 by 6 element sheets. You can do so many different things with them. Cards and so many different things. So anyways, Teresa will be showing you something using a lot of those cards a little bit later on. So stay tuned because you're going to want to see what's happening and what's coming up. All right, so we're going to place that approximately 1/2 inch from the bottom and 1/2 inch from the side. So it's going to be a little bit off to the side because we're going to add a little bumblebee here. But this little bumblebee comes from your ephemera pack and you're going to fussy cut it out. And yes, I did cut the antennas. So to try to keep the antennas. If not, you can cut them off. I can't wait till I can start buying flowers and stuff for my garden. I always love going to see what the greenhouses all have. I don't even know, are they open already? What are the greenhouses? Okay, here comes the tricky part, the little antennas. I don't go right to the black. I always leave a little bit of a white outline. Let your scissors do the work. Just turn it. Still on the camera. There you go.
Okay.
One more antenna. All right. We're going to pop dot him up in the corner. You're just going to hang on to the corner of the page there, or the little 3x4 card. So that is that cute and little simple little card. And then we are going to work on our third and last card, which is Gnome Tweet Gnome. So we're going to take our third card base. And we're going to take the Gnome Tweet Gnome piece from our ephemera pack. We're going to use the 3x4 Queen V piece, which is actually just going to be a bit of our background piece. So on the ephemera pieces, they always have the little nubs from being attached to the paper. I like to always cut them off so it's more even. You don't see them. I didn't use any cardstock for any of these cards because I figured we can use the other 3x4 cards. So we're going to just cover up that Queen Bee like so. So this part actually won't have any, but it looks okay the way it is. So we're going to pop dot this onto the black, and then we'll attach it to the card. So it's going to go right over the queen there, like so. Attach that to the upper corner of the card. Then this piece, yellow piece here, is from the sticker sheet. I guess we weren't done with the sticker sheet. I thought we were. But we will cut it out. We'll just cut out that yellow strip. This is from your sticker sheet, and we're going to cut it at 4¼ inches. I remember you got this piece, so we don't count that in. You're going to count from here, 4¼ So if you like, you can cut that off till there. Like so, we cut that off, and then we're going to measure 4¼ And that is going to get placed on the edge of your card, approximately 1/4 inch from the edge. Like so, it's a little bit too long, but we'll just cut it off. And this you can use for another card if you like, so just keep that. Then we're going to take the 4x4 or the 3x4 card that has the birdhouses, and we're going to cut this out. Okay. Oh gosh, okay. There. Check it back home. Guess I gotta go greenhouse shopping. There's one loose yellow flower is kind of just in the middle here. I didn't cut him out, I just cut him right off. So we'll just cut some of the leaves here and then get around that other flower bunch that are on the bottom. This is the boring part. Okay. Hopefully the wind is going the right way and pushes me all the way home today. Sounds crazy out there. Don't cut the little bird's tail off. Like I almost did. All right. Let's fix up his tail a little bit there. All right, so this piece I pop dotted right over that last birdhouse. You're not going to see that last birdhouse on there. Just want to make sure I place the pop dots in the right spots. All right, and then you have one last 5-petal yellow flower that came out of your die cut bag. And we're going to top dot him right on top of that big yellow flower. Like so. So there you go, ladies. We have our 3 cards made. So that is the end of our Sweet as Honey class. Hope you enjoyed it. I know I'm boring, but I'm also really, really tired today. I didn't get any sleep. So anyway, so that is our cards. We did 3 cards, a double layout, and our happy box. And now I'm going to just clean up a little bit, and then I'm going to hand it over to Corinne.
Okay, we're gonna give you guys like a 15-minute tea break or whatever you want to do, and we're gonna get reorganized. And then Teresa's got a few things to show you when we all come back. Don't leave the meeting. I'm not gonna shut the meeting off. We're just gonna readjust ourselves and yeah, give you guys a 15-minute break to catch up or go to the washroom or whatever you need to do. Thanks.
We can do that one.